Hello and welcome to a bonus guide by Miner in Age of Empires 2 The Conquerors. This is a civilization bonus guide on the Japanese. So first of all we'll look at their unique unit, the samurai, which costs 60 food and 30 gold. And there they have 60 hit points, naturally 8 attack and 1 armour. Now the samurai, they have an attack bonus against other unique units. So if you're playing against, for example, well, I suppose the Persians actually, with their war elephants being very heavily armoured and heavily high on hit point, the samurai would be very good against them. And they also, they also have an attack bonus against other units. Now the Japanese they also attack quite fast. So when I say Japanese, I meant the samurai there. They also attack quite fast. So if I were to go to the Imperial Age, the upgrade to this elite samurai is 950 food, 875 gold. So they're on 60, 811. They now go up to 80 attack, but they have 80 hit point, 4 extra attacks, so they're now on 12, and same armour. They can get all the upgrades from the blacksmith to help them out. So a fully upgraded elite samurai is 80 hit points, 16 attack, and 4/5 armour. Just make sure there's nothing else at the barracks. Nope, just extra speed. Now the unique technology for the Japanese is that their trebuchets unpack and pack 50% faster. So if I take Aegis off, without it, Catapuruto, you can see the speed there. It's going up probably about 9% each time. There we go. And packing it is about the same. However, if I just pop Aegis on and get Catapuruto, which costs 750 wood and 400 gold, it doesn't say how quickly they unpack or pack, but if I just get that and pop Aegis back on, when they unpack, that was incredibly quicker. Instead of doing about 11 upgrades on the bar, it only did about 3. So this makes them very good at quickly going to one area, destroying a building, and then packing and unpacking for another area. The team bonus for the Japanese, which is a bonus that all the allies can get as well, is that galleys have a 50% extra line of sight. So instead of 8 line of sight, they could have 12 line of sight, for example. And this is useful if you're playing as the Saracens, for example, because their galleys attack 20% faster. So you have a slightly upgraded galley than the enemy would have. And if you were playing a 2v2 water map, you would have a huge advantage if you were going for grushing, as in galley rushing. Japanese fishing ships are very good too. They would normally have 60 hit points and 0 for armour, but they instead have twice the hit points, so 120 hit points, and an extra 2 pierce armour, so 0/6 on their armour. Now the Japanese, they were a very water-based civilization because obviously Japan is an island, so they need to be good with their ships, fishing ships and galleys, and so this is very useful to have fishing ships that have extra hit points and armour. And the fishing ships, they also have an increased work rate. It's an extra 5% in the Dark Age, 10% in the Feudal Age, 15% in the Castle Age, and 20% in the Imperial Age. So if you were playing a water-based map, and I suppose even if you were slinging the opponent, your ally, I mean, being the Japanese is very good because you can get much extra food with the fishing ships, and you don't lose your fishing ships as easily, especially if you have your galleys having an extra 50% line of sight. Now, another bonus for the Japanese is that their mills, lumber camps and mining camps cost 50% less. So a mill here costs 50 wood as opposed to 100 wood. A mining camp, 50 wood as opposed to 100 wood, and a lumber camp, 50 wood as opposed to 100 wood. This means when you start a game, you would normally have 200 wood to begin with, and the way that I do it is I build 3 houses, so I go down to 110 wood, but then I only have enough wood for one other building, and I've got to make a decision as to whether I build a mill to get some forage bushes, and then try and get some wood that's near the town centre, or some other way. But here I can build both the mill and the lumber camp. Now, I mentioned earlier that the samurais are very fast at attacking, because all infantry in the Japanese, they attack at a 10% faster in the feudal age, 50% faster in the castle age, and 25% faster in the imperial age. So having samurais with, I forgot how much it was that they could get. So let's get all the upgrades for the samurai. So what was it, 80 hit points, 16 attack, and 4/5 armor. Now having them attacking at an incredibly fast rate is very useful indeed. Those are all the bonuses for the Japanese, and I'll see you in the next part, which will be the Koreans.